Hey, Psych 100 students. I just thought I would do a quick video to kind of explain how to complete this assignment. In the Design Your Own IQ Test assignment, I get a lot of questions about this particular one. So I thought I'd make your life a little bit easier to kind of explain how to do it step by step to kind of help you on your way and to help you get the best grade possible. Okay, so let's pull up our assignment here and then we'll kind of walk through this assignment. All right, so the Design Your Own IQ Test assignment, please note that the due date obviously applies to the semester that you're in, so it may be different. And of course, the correct due date is posted in Canvas. So in this assignment, you have been asked to complete or design, I should say, an IQ test. And there's a specific way that I want you to do it. And of course, we'll work you through it as we go through. Keep in mind, as always, never copy any sources from the textbook or outside sources. And remember, any source that you use, you want to make sure you cite it and then list the information on a reference page, as always, as we've been doing all semester long. Keep in mind, spelling, punctuation, and grammar will be graded as part of the assignment, as always. So in this assignment, it will be 800 words minimum, and it is worth 50 points. Let's go right to our instructions here. So in an essay, I do want you to write an essay form. Please design and explain an IQ test, and it's specifically catered towards elementary school age children. Okay, so keep that in mind. The questions and design of the test should revolve around that particular developmental age group. What you're going to do is you're going to pick one of the following intelligence theories, which is covered in the textbook and of course in Canvas. Those include Spearman, Cattell's fluid and crystallized intelligence, and then Howard Gardner's multiple intelligence. I've included the page numbers here to make your life a little bit easier. Make sure you read that section in the book and also look at the page in Canvas to kind of understand a theory. To me, the easiest one to understand is Howard Gardner's. It's a little bit more extensive, but it's probably the most concrete one, but you can pick any of those three to design your test on. Remember, you're going to type up your document in a doc or docx type document or a Word type document. Remember, Canvas does not accept pages type documents. All right, so your written assignment will consist of the following three components. Number one, make sure you fully describe the theory you have chosen. So for example, if you chose Cattell, you would definitely want to explain both fluid and crystallized intelligence. If you chose Gardner's theory, you want to explain each of the different intelligences that are listed in that theory. In other words, make sure you fully describe that theory so I can understand that you understand it as a student, of course. When you design the test itself, you're going to create 4 subtests. Now, this is a question I always get. Subtests basically are small mini tests, if you will, that are part of the overall test. And each subtest, and there's 4 of them, will tap into a specific form of intelligence in relation to the theory that you have chosen. In other words, all 4 should be measuring something different, but if we take them as a whole, they apply to the theory, if you follow me, okay? So for example, one could be dealing with logical reasoning skills. Next subtest could be spatial skills, vocabulary, depending on which theory you chose. Each one should be tapping into a different area of intelligence, but they all should relate to the theory that you've chosen. You're going to explain each one, how you would conduct each subtest. Now remember, you don't have to give examples of the questions. You're more than welcome to do that, of course, but you're just going to explain how you're going to conduct those subtests and what they tap into. And then of course, connect it to the theory that you have chosen. So in other words, you're going to demonstrate how these subtests relate to the actual intelligence theory that you've chosen. So make sure you do that in clarity. You're also going to explain how these subtests are appropriate for childhood, more specifically elementary school age, based on Piaget's cognitive theory. This will be found in chapter 5. Okay, so let me backtrack. The intelligence stuff is in chapter 9, And then the developmental piece is found in chapter 5, okay? So you're going to look at Piaget's cognitive theory, the different stages, and understand those, of course, and then relate your subtest to that developmental period. In other words, the questions should reflect what Piaget basically believes they should during this time of our developmental sequence, okay? So remember, those are on pages 152 to 161. Make sure you understand that and connect that to get full credit. Lastly, the last component here is you're going to explain how your test overall relates to the requirements of validity and reliability. Okay, so these are described in Canvas. Of course, they're in the book. So you're going to give examples of how your test qualifies for each of those areas. In other words, how you specifically would test or ensure that these two areas have been met. Now, keep in mind with validity, there are several different types. You do not have to cover each one. However, I would like you to cover at least 2 to get full credit, okay? So explain how your test is valid. In other words, it's measuring what it's supposed to in 2 of those different areas that are listed in Canvas or in the textbook. You're also going to explain how your test meets the requirements of reliability. And that's very simple to do, and you can read about that. I don't want to spoil the surprises, so to speak. I want you to learn that, but explain how you would ensure this in your test, okay? So hopefully, guys, this has made it a little bit easier for you to complete this assignment. Remember, as always, you can always email me questions, or you can drop in on my office hours. I'd be more than happy to help you in any way that I can. Hopefully, this makes it clear, and I wish you success in this assignment. And of course, I will see you online. Good luck.